Hey everyone, it is Craig here, and you probably don't know where I am unless you're very familiar with parking lots, but today I am actually at Epcot. So I just was looking for a reason to get out of the house and figured it's a beautiful day. So Food and Wine Festival is going on. I still have a little bit money on my gift card that I got the last time I was here, so I'm looking to spend it, get a little snack. I don't know if it'll be enough for me though. So I might have to do lunch somewhere else too, but I'm gonna start with this. Figured I'd take you along, so let's go ahead and get inside here. So just to break the wall a little bit, today is Thursday, September 7th. As you can see, crowds are actually pretty clear right now, like extremely clear, so hopefully it stays that way once I get all the way back into World Showcase. Walking into World Showcase, it actually does appear that crowds are still extremely light here today, so I'm not going to complain about that. One thing I am going to do that I didn't do last time around, I'm actually going to start going counterclockwise. So when we came as a giant group last time around, we went clockwise. And so by the time we got a lot of the end stuff, it was too hot and wasn't hungry. So this time around, I'm gonna go clockwise, because I remember there being a couple things I was on the fence about, but it was just too hot. So I cannot wait. I will let you know when I stop at my first place. I am standing outside of my first stop. It's gonna be Scotland. They have a traditional lamb stew here, so I think I'm gonna try it out. I like lamb, I like stew. I can only imagine it's great together.
The festival so far?
Yeah, pretty much.
Enjoy, sir.
I have acquired my lamb stew. So for $4.75, pretty big portion. Definitely a lot of potatoes, vegetables, carrots, that goodness, onions. When they scooped the lamb on, I didn't see a ton of it go on there, which I'm not disappointed in per se, but now when you're coming for a lamb stew, well, you want everything to be delicious. You want the lamb to definitely stick out, so first bite's very promising. Excellent flavors. Oh, yeah. I love the gravy that's on top. It's perfect. It's not overly salty. Just balances out with the rest of like the onions in particularly really well. Just took a chunk of lamb there. Just falls apart in your mouth just like you'd ask for. I'm loving this dish for $4.75, assuming it's not so hot outside that you want to be sick. Definitely make this a priority. Really, really good. I don't know if I'm in the mood for foods that just might be like really heavy and kind of overly bearing, but I'm actually going to stop here now at Ireland, and I'm going to try the Irish sausage that they have there. It's served with mashed potatoes. It sounds good on paper, you know. I always order hot dog related stuff for some reason. It's my burden to bear, but I'm going to go try it out, see if I like it. I now have my Irish sausage, which is $5.50. I was actually really, really surprised by the portion size when I got it. I never expected that you'd be getting two of them in there instead of just one. They are a little stuck together, so this is, oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna get these apart while filming. Probably should have planned ahead of time, but wanted to look good. Okay, so here we go, first bite. Okay. Really good. You know, sausage link tastes very much like a breakfast sausage. By itself, when you add on the onion gravy that's on top, it kind of rounds out the flavor a little bit more, makes it a little bit more interesting for your taste buds. Then, unsurprisingly, the mixture of the onion gravy and the potatoes together is just wonderful. Feels like just classic mashed potatoes and gravy. Just better than the kind that come out of a box with jarred gravy. Really good dish. So $5.50. Again, I think it's another good value. You get a lot of food for the price. So I recommend. Now I'm moving into what I would call the boring stretch of Food and Wine. And I say so with a lot of love for the event in whole as a general statement, but like France, it's been constantly the same thing year after year after year. It's boring for me now. Same thing up ahead with Brazil and then Belgium right after that and Morocco. It's all just a lot of the same repetitive items over and over again. That doesn't mean they're bad, but just a little boring. I'm looking for stuff I haven't had before. I've had most of that over and over again. So that's my thoughts and feelings on that in case anyone cared. But one interesting thing, I don't see any examples. I know there was one a little bit further back, but I think the rose gold mini ears are back in stock somewhere on property because I've probably counted about 7 or 8 pairs today already. If I see one anywhere around here, I'll show you to prove I'm not lying about it. But yeah, interesting day here at Epcot so far. Okay, I'm not trying to be weird. I'm gonna make this as inconspicuous as possible, but literally as soon as I stopped recording, as you can see there, I saw another pair of rose gold ears. So they do exist. They're somewhere around here. Maybe I'll go find those before I leave. I've been talking so much about how it's actually not too hot outside today. So then of course, halfway through my walk around here, I'm already sweating like a pig. So I decided to stop for a beer. I went to the Fife and Drum Tavern in the American Adventure because there they have a special beer. It is the Hop Jam Festive Ale. So it is made by the Hanson brothers, who, yes, those Hansons. They also sell their hops beer here at the festival, but I've had that way too many times now. Figured I would go for the Festive Ale, and it's actually surprisingly good. If you're definitely a sweeter beer fan, this might actually be right up your alley. Like, it's not overly sweet, I don't want to say that. It's definitely a tiny percentage of bitterness to it, but it almost tastes like a Radler, which is kind of odd. It has that fruitiness, but with an effervescence, and it's very drinkable on a hot day. So it's not going to weigh you down like maybe some darker beers might. I think this will be nice to take around for the rest of my loop. Okay, I'm outside the Brewers Collection. I don't want to turn this into a drinking only thing, but the Schöfferhofer Hefeweizen pomegranate beer actually has me really interested. I mean, lots of people love the grapefruit one that they have, so I might have to try pomegranate. I love pomegranate. I'm just gonna go get it. I now have my pomegranate Hefeweizen, so here we go. Okay, it's very interesting. Pomegranate definitely sticks out. Not as pronounced as other fruit beers. If anything, kind of has like a diet taste to it. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's not overly sweet and sugary. It's very muted. Kind of leaves a strange aftertaste. So I mean, it's great right now with the weather. It's definitely drinkable in here. I just don't know if I'm wild about that aftertaste. I like the initial flavors when it first hits your mouth. It's definitely a nice balance of like of sweetness with a little bit of weediness. But yeah, after that, then it just kind of sticks, and not a huge fan of it. But I'm gonna keep drinking this. Maybe I'll become a bigger fan of it as I keep enjoying it. I think I'll end my food and wine adventure at the most interesting booth here at the event in Mexico, because you can't get Mexican food anywhere else in Epcot or the world. No, I'm lying. I'm done. Okay, I am leaving Epcot right now. Well, I'm not leaving yet. I just left Mouse Gears because in this bag I successfully found Kylie a pair of rose gold mini ears. So they had a good amount in stock. I'm not sure if they still had more in the back, but at least out on the shelf inside there they had, 30 pair. I didn't count. So definitely getting picked apart really quickly. I would say while I was in there finding the right pair alone, there was probably about, I would say maybe 15, 16 people looking to get their own perfect pairs. So if you're okay with ones that have defects, you'll be a little better off. But they're here right now. Don't know how much longer because, well, I don't even know when this is going live. So by the time this is posted, they might be gone. But that's for the fates to decide. For me, I am now leaving Epcot, as I said, and I'm actually heading to Hollywood Studios because I just found out that there are parts of Grand Avenue now revealed. Construction walls are going down, so I want to go take a look at that. So let's head over there. Getting ready to pull in here at Hollywood Studios. And super excited. If you're wondering what I'm listening to, it's Dave Brubeck Quartet. Dave digs Disney. It's the perfect music to pull up to Hollywood Studios with. Every time I come back here, I'm just more and more shocked by how torn apart this parking lot is. I mean, just everything. You look right in front too, and you see the cranes. It is just such a change in place right now. If you look all the way back here at the end of the parking lot, you'll see even more trees cleared, construction out there. It's just all over the place. It's a good thing it's slow right now because cast parking is all the way in film, and that's being cleared to add way more parking, and then it picks back up all the way down there. So there is very little room for cast parking, but that's going to be a lot better use of an area when it's all finished than just a bunch of trees in the middle. Besides coming here for Grand Avenue, the other perfect reason to come here today was because this morning, as I said before, I think it's September 7th. Today's the day that we found out about the Sunset Seasons greetings. So Hollywood Studios is going to look more different than ever before during the holidays. So starting, I believe it said November 9th, running through December 31st. And one of the main things is they're going to be doing projections on Tower of Terror with special character stories featuring Minnie and Minnie. I think I saw the Swedish Chef was one of them. Olaf, of course. There's going to be a lot happening here for the holidays. So I wish it was already taking place. I know we have to still get through Halloween, but I'm already excited for Christmas here. So we'll have to come back and see that later, of course. So maybe we'll come back here before we're done, see what the wait times are for Tower of Terror as well as Rock and Roller Coaster. This was a big surprise. I knew Grand Avenue was uncovered, but I didn't know all of this was going to be too. So Walt Disney Presents has its new marquee and more openness to the Toy Story area. So let's go and check this out right now. As soon as you get in here, you can see that the one-man stream text is covered up, and we now have extra photos of Walt Disney. Now, as you can see, the Disneyland model has moved, and there's some added pictures. None of the video monitors that were playing the Disneyland intro are here anymore. Painting still is, and then they've added more Disneyland pictures. Davy Crockett, Zorro, started to blend those. And then I showed you these ones earlier dealing with the Mickey Mouse Club. The Jungle Cruise model is shifted over. More shots inside here. True Life Adventures video is still existed. And then these pictures that I showed you last time. We now have more from the other parks around the world. The Paradise Pier model has come back. I showed you some of these 64 World's Fair pictures before. But now, the Tower of the Four Winds and the Small World model have moved into this diorama. We have a bunch of new photos here from some of the stuff that's been added throughout the past years at Walt Disney World. Super exciting! In this wall right now, there's a picture of the model for Tree of Life, so it looks like that's still going to be added once that back wall comes down. But we do have Spaceship Earth here, as well as Tower of Terror. So when you combine that with the model of Cinderella Castle, soon you'll have all four current icons of the four parks here together. The Abe Lincoln animatronic has been moved a couple windows down, and then they put all those photos here.
The doors to the Walt Disney Theater will be opening and we will begin loading.
So tomorrow when it opens, this window should be filled, as well as this window over here. Again, this is the 7th, so this should all change. So here's a look of what you'll be able to see outside of where the entrance will be to Toy Story Land. And the first thing I notice is that you can see the track for Slinky Dog Coaster from inside the park here, which that's cool. Otherwise, there's not much here. And I apologize for the quality and the zoom here and the steadiness, but there is that track from Slinky Dog Coaster. It's been like 2 weeks since I've been here, so I didn't notice before that the Great Movie Ride sign is now officially finally down. There's nothing covering up that area either, just completely smooth. I bet that makes watching the Star Wars fireworks a lot more enjoyable. I'm finally here just outside the big reveal, Grand Avenue. Let's go over and take a look at it. Let's start at the beginning here with what will be Baseline Tap House, as seen by the sign. Loving the brick, loving the outside lights here. Should have some really good patio seating, hopefully. Just a lot of promise. So we have 3 lifts over here. A lot of the planters and stuff are completely bare, so we still have a while to go on that. But as we round the corner here, we see this starts to open up, get a little bit more, get a little of those Streets of America buildings in, which I love. It kind of blends the new charm with the old charm. Just a really wide area in there. I mean, a lot of curbs and stuff, but feels pretty open. Should be really comfortable walking around in there. Make for a nice way to queue up for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So keep moving around here. Sorry, people are getting sick from this. It's just doing my best. But as you can see now here, better look at those buildings and how large this actual area is. You can see in the back all the way up there the ride building for one of the Star Wars attractions. The one that the AT-ATs or ATTs, AT-ATs are inside, depending on how you say it. Hey! Sorry about that. Another look at those buildings over there. And then the general area over there for Baseline Tap House as well. Just more of that construction. Overall, I'm extremely impressed with this area. It's looks like it's gonna just be a nice extra addition to this park. I mean, there's nothing really besides the Baseline Tap House over there, but it feels like it just adds extra charm in here, and I don't think you can get too much charm anywhere. So we'll have to see how it ends up being. That just about does it. So I came here and I've already done way more than I said I was going to do, because I didn't have plans on going to check out Walt Disney Presents and One Man's Dream, but that happened. So unfortunately my phone battery's almost run out. I don't have my fuel rod with me, so that means I just have to go. So no Tower of Terror Rock and Roller Coaster today, which is a shame, because I have to imagine that the wait times are on the shorter side, considering that Toy Story Midway Mania was only at a 15-minute wait when I passed by that. So I hope you enjoyed this look today at some of Hollywood Studios and Epcot's Food and Wine Festival before that. So if you have any ideas for where you want to see me go next, just go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the look at all this that I gave you today, go ahead and share this with a friend, comment something else, hit that like button, do whatever you want with it. But that's going to do it for me today, so I'll see you again in the parks very soon, probably tomorrow, because that's when Walt Disney Presents opens. But I haven't decided if I'll bring you in there yet. Hey, I don't even know when this is going up still, as I said before. But thank you all for watching this. I really appreciate it. Hope you had fun. I did. We'll see you next time.